Hi Georgina, thanks for coming in today. How have you been doing?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks.
Okay, that's good to hear. Today we're just going to go through some of the findings that we discussed in our previous session. So I've drafted a case formulation for you today, and what I'd like to do now is explain essentially what you shared with me and my current understanding of your situation. So this is a current working formulation, meaning it's our best current understanding based on the information I've gathered from you so far. So today's session will be about working through this together. It also allows you the opportunity to correct me or offer clarification on, anything I said that you don't particularly agree with. How's that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good.
It's good. Okay, so before we start, I just want to ask if you're familiar with case formulation at all.
No, I'm not.
No, that's okay. So basically, a case formulation aims to explain the biological, psychological, and social aspects of your life to identify potential underlying causes, triggers, or factors that may have contributed or are maintaining your current distress. It also explores how these factors may interact. How's that sound?
That makes sense.
That's good. So the main pattern I'm noticing at the moment is there are several competing pressures you've experienced within the past 6 months. They've all kind of just built up at once. You mentioned your caregiving responsibilities for your mum, a bit of changes in your relationship dynamic with your husband Herman, a bit of occupational uncertainty, all of which have resulted in less time and autonomy for yourself, and these appear to have contributed to your low mood, stress, and rumination and poor sleep. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that does.
Okay. So there are a few different layers to uncover. So biologically, you previously mentioned your mother was diagnosed and experienced bits of depression and drank during your childhood. So therefore, there may be a potential genetic predisposing factor which can make us vulnerable to the same thing our parents were. So for you, these issues appear to be arising now with your reported low mood and increased drinking as well. However, this can, also be associated with some of the sleep issues you've been experiencing, as you previously mentioned, trouble falling asleep and excessive worry, a bit of rumination at night, which may contribute to fatigue and low mood the following day, which makes, everything else feel more difficult. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Psychologically, our ability to cope and think can influence how effectively we manage stress. So previously you also mentioned that when you get home from work, you'd have a few glasses of wine just to, wind down, switch off after a long day. Though this may be helpful in the short term, like, provide you a bit of immediate relief, it may be also affecting your sleep as well, as alcohol can impact sleep quality and also sometimes rumination, which makes it, more difficult for your body and mind to settle down and fall asleep. This also might explain your fatigue and low mood the following day. So alcohol's consumption might be a perpetuating factor that is maintaining this current cycle. How's that sound to you?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. So you've also mentioned socially you've experienced significant changes in your life following the passing of your stepfather Louis. Your mum's moved into your house, which was initially planned to be more of a short-term stay, and like you said, that's not the case.
Mm.
This appears to have altered the household dynamic and served as a major stressor. And your responsibilities have increased as well, such as taking to appointments. Sometimes you're managing work as well, and sometimes you have to take her to appointments during work hours as well.
Yeah.
And you're trying to stay connected with Herman all at the same time. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So from what you're telling me, of all those responsibilities, it does make sense and is understandable that you don't have too much time or energy, even energy left to yourself to enjoy your previous hobbies such as painting workshops with your friends and even gardening. Is that right?
Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah. So from my current understanding, the cumulative stress you're experiencing stems from your mother moving in, increasing your caregiving responsibilities, which can sometimes affect work as well, as you previously mentioned. And after work, you like to wind down by having a wine, and sometimes you do consume more than you intended to, which can impact your sleep, leaving you feeling tired and flat the next day. So, as we can see at the moment, these factors can be cyclical and may interact and influence each other. Does that sound okay to you?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. So, one area we can focus on addressing is building more healthier ways to wind down after work and manage the pressures you've been experiencing. So at the moment, alcohol does seem to be giving you a bit of short-term relief, winding down after work, but it also maybe contribute to poor sleep, rumination, which can contribute to your fatigue and your poor low mood the following day, which kind of keeps the cycle going. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So a practical first step could be developing a brief wind down routine after work before reaching for alcohol. So for example, this might include like a 10-15 minute guided meditation session, breathing practices, or even mindfulness activities using like apps such as Insight Timer or Headspace. And if you don't have access to those, even on YouTube, there's videos on guided meditation.
Sure.
So the aim would be not to remove alcohol consumption all at once, but to give your body and mind another way to settle down and wind down after a stressful day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this can also be supported with a bit of journaling beforehand, just to get those thoughts out of your mind before sleeping as well. How's that sound?
Yeah, that sounds all right, actually.
Yeah, okay, that's good. So another step also can involve identifying one caregiving responsibility that feels most draining, especially for your mum, such as, transport as well, taking to her appointments or managing her social commitments. We can then together work to develop realistic boundaries or even develop alternative arrangement around that responsibilities. And this may help reduce the sense of overload and also, create more time for yourself and with her, man. How's that sound?
That would be nice, actually.
That's good. I'm glad that resonates with you. So once we start implementing this, I would like to check in on how much alcohol you've had in our future sessions and also your opinion on stress and mood levels out of 10. We might continue using those earlier screening tools, if you remember, such as the DAS21 and the drinking audit as well, just to keep a track of things and progress over time. How's that sound to you?
That sounds really good.
Awesome. That sounds great. Thanks, Georgina.
Thank you so much.